What's up, everybody? I'm Dre.
I'm Editor Callum.
And welcome to the DailyDre Podcast.
This was kind of an on-a-whim thing. Like, we thought about a podcast, and then today I was like, let's just, finally commit to it.
Why
New
not?
year, new us.
I guess. And on New Year's, oh my god.
I know. Yeah, it's New Year's
realized.
Eve when we film this, guys.
It is, it's New Year's Eve. So happy New Year's Eve and New Year's to anyone watching this video.
Absolutely.
So what do we have for plan today?
Okay. That was English.
Yes, that was English.
So, I figure for the first episode of our podcast, we could do some, behind-the-scenes work. He's drinking some lovely hot cocoa I made him.
It was very good.
I feel like we could do, behind-the-scenes stuff. So talking about what we're coming up with next, what we've done, what we haven't done, stuff like that. I figure I could give you some commonly asked questions.
Give me some commonly asked questions.
I posted a send it on my Snapchat.
Okay.
Peep the phone case, guys. Ah! My phone's vibrating at me.
The phone case is very weird.
I'm gonna punch him in the mouth. But yeah, I've got send it questions. I've got questions that people just might have. Stuff like that. And then, you know how we cleaned your room today, Dre?
Yeah.
So we cleaned Dre's room today for 3 hours.
We did.
But we needed to.
It looks really good.
It does. You can't. The mic's kind of big. Can't see past it. But I wanted to do a segment about all the things we found in Dre's room.
There was a lot.
There's a lot of technological stuff, Dre. You guys will see later.
It's bad.
Very
Alright,
bad.
we'll get into it. Wow, I'm looking a little rough.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like we both are. It's New Year's Eve. We're tired. We're ready. You know, let's actually, some small talk before we get into the real discussion today.
Okay, what?
How do you feel about 2023 coming to a close? How was the year for you, for us as, up and coming, content creators? How was that stuff?
Coming off of a very, very bad sickness.
Yes.
I hated 2023. 2023 was not a good year for me.
I don't think it was for anyone.
Coming off of sickness almost literally every month.
I think, yeah, me and him were both that way. Because when we moved in together, a few months ago,
we were still getting sick.
We were still getting sick, and then we would pass it between each other.
Yeah.
So it was kind of scary.
So I'm hoping 2024 comes out to be a better year.
Let's not throw up every 2 days in 2024.
It's 1 year closer to graduating for me.
Yeah, you're right. He's a year ahead of me, guys.
Yeah, so I graduate in 2025.
I'm an 06, yeah.
2026. 2026. Wow,
Yeah.
I said 2020.
Good
We
job,
are
Dre.
not Englishing right now.
No, we're not.
Yeah, but I'm really hoping that 2024 turns out to be a really good year.
I'm not going to say it's going to be like our year or anything, because I feel like every time somebody says it's my year or our year, it ends up being a really bad year.
Which makes sense.
So, I feel like this year is going to be good for the channel. We've got some, I don't know, a little bit of knowledge under our belt.
Okay.
A little bit of experience.
Yeah, we did. I think making up this channel has also been a good part of our year.
Yes.
If we're going to say one thing. Because we've gotten people to watch us. We finally got merch and stuff, which
Yeah.
Callum isn't wearing.
It's at my dad's.
But I'm wearing it. Don't worry, guys. I got it on.
He does. At least one of us can rep. Sorry, Dre. I wore mine to school, though. That's why I don't have mine. 'Cause
Yeah.
I wore it to school.
I wore
Alright.
mine to school, too.
Well, I didn't come back here after.
Yeah.
Okay, so.
Okay.
I want to ask you some commonly asked questions.
Yep, here it is.
Some things I've had friends ask. People that have seen the channel have been like, well, why'd you guys do this? I'm like, oh, and then I give them an explanation, but I feel like I'm answering questions so often.
Right.
Might as well put it in a podcast.
Okay.
So, I guess, like, the biggest question is, why didn't you, like, I've had a lot of people ask me this, despite knowing me personally and knowing the situation, asking, like, why didn't you and Dre start this a long time ago?
So, when they say a long time ago, what do you mean by that?
Like, some of them mean as far back as, like they don't realize that we haven't lived together more than a few months.
Okay, so, in that case, then, they do need to know that part. Yeah. But are there other, what other cases are there?
Like, what made us start wanting to, were there any reasons we didn't start it sooner? Other than just not thinking about it.
I think at that time, we were still busy on moving.
Yes.
But also, I still had my other channel, which we don't even use anymore, really.
All the videos are still up on it if you guys want to go see it, but,
I wouldn't recommend.
Yeah. You know, this is pre-Callum,
It's
pre-editor
Callum,
Callum.
and editor Callum is the best part.
Really, Dre?
Yes. Editor Callum is the best. So, okay, I've been asked a couple questions if I would ask you.
Okay, yeah, give me.
If that comes, this might be a two-parter question to this, but, or to what you asked me.
Mm-hmm.
But people have asked me why I started YouTube.
Ooh.
And so I've given my answer, and I'll give my answer, but I wanted to ask you, why have you started YouTube?
Okay, so I feel like I started it with Dre, because he was like that final push to actually do it. I've always wanted to do it. I don't know, I feel like it's fun. You can do whatever you want on the internet, obviously within reason, and I think it's really cool.
Is that it?
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I feel like content creation's awesome.
I started YouTube because I used to watch my dad. He used to have a YouTube, and he would sit down and he would do like a podcast like this. And then my first act, I was on YouTube, on his YouTube, which it was funny. I mean, it was just a little kid. But it inspired me to want to put myself out there and be able to influence other, not influence, but entertain other people. And entertain of what they like and everything, so.
You wanted to find, like, a niche.
Right.
Like a group of people.
Right.
Which I feel like with the DailyDre we've started to do. I mean, like.
And that's why I love and want to keep going.
Yes.
No matter how hard it can be, no matter whoever, our haters. I don't care about them.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's why I started.
Okay. I really like that. You gave more in depth than I did. You got a little more personal than I did. I thought that maybe. Okay, I like that.
Okay.
I'm gonna check the Send It and see if we've got any Send Its from the DailyDre. I just posted it. We might not. But if not, I do have a backup question.
Okay.
So. Entertain the people, Dre.
I don't know how to entertain.
Well, okay, so the first question's kind of a dud. I know who sent it.
Oh, okay. Okay, so I have to read this.
Yeah, read it. I spelled his name. He mistyped his name.
Okay, so this one comes from an unknown.
Yeah, they're all anonymous.
An unknown person.
They're all anonymous.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you guys like Grady?
Well, Grady's my boyfriend.
So
I love Grady.
So yeah. So
that's a 10 out of 10.
He loves Grady. So he has a 10 out of 10. I'm gonna go.
You better be nice.
Did you just hit me?
Yes, I did. Be nice.
I'm gonna go a low 9 out of 10.
Yeah.
Because the 1% was taken out because that's really how much I
Dre doesn't like gay people.
What? Yeah.
Dre's actually secretly homophobic, guy.
Don't get us canceled already.
I'm literally gay. I'm kidding. Okay,
All right.
that's the only send it we have. But
Dang it. All right. So what was your backup question?
Oh, okay. I had somebody ask one time how long it takes us on average to film.
How long it takes us to film? Usually it takes us about. I would say the longest it's taken us is at least 2 hours. It doesn't take us too long to film.
It doesn't. I mean,
It's usually the. I'm sorry for cutting you off.
No, you're fine.
Usually the longest thing that takes us is editing. That's usually the most longer thing to do.
So I would say definitely, like, honestly, filming is about 2 hours unless we haven't planned anything. But even then, like, most of that 2 hours goes into like actually setting up the camera and the lights and the microphones.
Right.
Versus actually filming.
We usually have to get our lighting right, so we sit there. We have to try to get our environment right, our position of our camera.
We gotta frame it right. We gotta get the mics on and ready and.
I guess today
good.
we took over 4 hours to get ready for podcasting. So.
Yes, because we were cleaning all day.
Yep. Which it turned out to be pretty well good.
Yes.
Well done. Sorry.
So I'm pretty excited about the clean room and all of that. By the way, I don't know if you guys know this, but we're so dedicated to YouTube that I sleep in Dre's room, guys. Half the time. I make a little bed on the floor, yeah, and I chill. It's pretty sad, actually. We're codependent. Our mother's girl is codependent.
Usually falls asleep either making a design or editing a video.
I've fallen asleep like on my keyboard a few times. I'm pretty sure.
That's bad. Very bad.
Not like on the keyboard, like smushing any keys, just like.
But okay, so I have another question.
Ooh, ask away.
I've gotten a question. Well, I've never gotten this question, but I feel like it's good to answer out since we were getting that out. How long on average does it usually take us to edit?
Okay.
And I'm asking Callum because Callum is the actual editor here.
If you guys don't know, I'm manager/head editor. I cover all of our like business stuff, all of our email stuff, account stuff, and I edit majority of the videos. Dre's more like with like the actual filming of the videos. He's very tech savvy, and obviously he's half of the duo, so he is really, really important to the channel. I just cover a lot of the like businessy stuff.
Callum tells me what to do.
Yeah, I do actually. Like, you know, I told him we had to get up at noon. He said okay, and then slept until 2:00 today.
Yeah, I listened, but to a point.
Yeah. So, on average, I would say a video can take me 6 to 8 hours to edit. If it's something like a compilation, like I'm editing right now for the best of video.
Which you guys will be able to see here soon.
Yeah, actually, I think that'll be out before this video is posted, so.
Well.
If this is out before the podcast, I guess, like.
Then I'm sorry for saying that.
But go check it out. It's gonna be great after the podcast. Stay for that. But
yes, if you've already watched it, watch it again.
Yeah, absolutely.
It was really good.
Yeah. So, I set a timer for this last video I edited, which was the Christmas special.
Okay. And
over 2 days, it took about 6 hours. That was the longest video we had, so honestly, I'm assuming most of them have probably taken me about 4 hours.
Okay.
This next one is only gonna take me like 2 hours because it's just editing clips.
All right. Which that's a lot of time putting into it if it's just you.
Yeah, I mean like you said, it's usually late at night. I mean, like I've grinded. I took my computer to school one time. Anybody who goes to a public high school knows how bad of an idea that is.
Yeah.
I took my nice computer to school and like did it. I'm pretty sure it's against policy to have a computer that isn't the school's. It was a whole thing, but yeah. Very dedicated.
I stayed up, or I didn't actually, I did stay up one night creating an entire website. Why'd you do that too? You went, yeah, there you go. Why would you do that?
I don't know, man.
Okay. I stayed up all night creating a website one night, and now we have a website.
We do have a website.
We do. If you guys want to go see that.
I'll put it in the cards.
It's hard to find. I don't have a custom domain yet. It's all right though. We'll figure something out. We'll try to buy one.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
That's in the. Yeah, there's a lot of plans for like financial development for the channel too. I feel like. In the new year, that's gonna be a big thing. Okay. I have another question.
What is it?
How do you personally like keep yourself ready to go and film, like, even if you're not necessarily actually really super willing to film, like, you're tired or whatever? Because, like, I know I help with that, but, like, I've had people be like, you guys sound tired, but you guys are still so funny, and I'm like, Dre's most of that, so, because you're most of the comedy, I feel like.
So, I feel like there's a point in where we're filming and not filming. When we're not filming, and actually I could take right now as an instance, if we weren't filming right now, I would be, like, really tired and
we'd
wanting
be asleep.
Right. I think doing this is part of it. It makes me real tired. But when I get into it, I think there's, like, a switch in my brain that's like, okay, you need to not look tired. You need
play it up for the camera.
Or at least,
yes. Yeah.
At least if you look tired, you need to not act or sound tired. And you need to be able to be. What is it? Present, yes.
Yeah.
You need to be able to be present. So I think that's one thing in my head, but also is another thing is, like, I have done YouTube for a couple years now, so I think I've, like, gotten used to being able to stay up and just not be as tired.
Yeah.
But also I've also gotten more tired recently because of doing this way more, so.
It's not good for your brain. They say that, like, staying up and missing a whole night of sleep is, like...
But, like, it's also, doing this makes it, doing YouTube is, like...
kind of our life right now.
I love it.
We love you guys. All was it 25 last time I checked? We got 25? Yeah,
we had 25. Woo! That was awesome. I love you on 25.
Really isn't bad for starting, and it's really cool to see.
Yeah, and it was really cool to see our when we put our first video,
and it did so well.
And we premiered it, and it was seen by so many people.
We've got like 97 views on that video, almost 100 views.
Yeah,
and there was people literally queued up waiting. Like, we had really good support.
Yeah, and I want our YouTube to come out to be more of a success because I believe that we are funny. And we'll be able to entertain people.
And I think that, like, a podcast of us just bouncing off of each other is good. And it's more, like, chill. Because I have a lot of people say they just love the little funny, like, things they find within our, like, brotherly dynamic.
Right.
That's really funny.
Right.
So I feel like it's kind of, like, they can have it on in the background, not necessarily need it on. You guys will see. I'm sure you've noticed minimal editing on this.
Right.
Not super editor Callum-y. Just very hard to do for me because you know how I like to edit, but it needs to be chiller.
Right. And I forgot what I was gonna say.
Dre.
That's all right. We should let's get into seeing what we found in Dre's room.
Oh God, yeah, what we found in Dre's room.
I'll get up and grab it.
So, me and Dre basically share a bedroom. Because I'm in here so often, and we're cleaning for a few hours. Dre has a habit of accidentally stealing remotes and not knowing how they end up in his room. Dre, show them how many remotes you have, Dre.
Yeah, so I have this remote that doesn't work anywhere in my room.
We don't know where the camera is today, guys. Sorry.
We have this remote. This remote. We have one Roku, two Roku, three Roku, and then some random Sonyo remote, I think.
We have 8 remotes in his room.
We have 8.
And we have,
And
like,
we have two more
we have,
over
like,
here.
6 microphones. 3 cameras, and we only ever use one.
Oh, where did that camera go? Yeah. Oh, there's that one. We found an old Canon camera.
That he accidentally deleted my, Washington, D.C. trip photos off of.
It was an accident.
It's okay. My musty X, I can't put that in there. My musty X was on him, so it's fine.
Yeah, that.
Yeah, we're not naming, it's fine.
Alright.
Alright.
What else do we got to do?
Let me check the send it again.
Okay. So, I'm gonna regret everything because we just lost a little bit of our podcast. But it's fine. Callum's dying over here.
It's actually unpaused.
Yes. So we came into some technical difficulties.
Yes, but Dre asked me a really good question that I feel like everybody kind of wonders, and it was, what about Santiago, wasn't it?
Yes. Why was Santiago made to be one of our mascots?
Okay. So, there was this one day that me, Dre, and one of our moms went into a Goodwill, right? I think we were looking around for clothes for, like, something formal for my school. Was it?
It was homecoming.
Homecoming.
We were looking for like some dress shirts or whatever.
Yeah, just for undershirts.
Yeah.
Goodwill is really, really good for stuff like that sometimes. Yeah. But there was this little, like, in the clearance aisle, there was this little Mexican skeleton with these maracas, and I said, Mom, can I please get him? And she said, sure, I don't care, because he was like $1 or whatever, like, what, $2 or $3 probably. It was
something like that.
He's a real little cheap guy. And on our way up there, me and Dre were coming up with names, and in this tiny little Goodwill, we were screaming, Santiago! Santiago Skeleton!
Yeah, I remember that.
And I'm pretty sure we almost got ourselves kicked out of this Goodwill. But by the time we were in the car, we loved him. And what was it, like a few days later, we ended up deciding to do the YouTube. And
I think it was that night.
Was it that night? We put him in the video.
I think we got home and then we were like, he's perfect for a mascot. And then we were like, we should film. And then he was behind us because we had the step ladder or something like that.
Yeah, so
yeah,
Santiago is what got us in gear for actually filming.
So we used him for our mascot ever since.
All of the digital art done so far has been done by me.
Yep.
Shirt designs are his merch design is his thing. Yep. I don't do the merch design. I'm not
I create person. What we put on the shirts. Or not what we put on the shirts. I create how we put it on the shirts.
And I create what we put on the shirts.
Yeah, there we go.
Okay. So,
I design the shirts. I should have just said that.
Yeah. So it's okay, buddy.
It's fine.
So we need to talk about how much of a nightmare it is to try to schedule with you, Dre.
Yeah.
So
I don't know what the problem is.
I'm going to give you guys a little rundown of what we had planned today. Also, sometimes we have a hardcore schedule. This was also just like a question I've gotten, but we don't really actually hardcore schedule much of anything, which is our problem.
I think that is our problem. We need to start hardcore scheduling.
But we have started hardcore scheduling.
We have.
Went through, did all the stuff for it. We're ready to go with it. Mm-hmm. So videos are gonna be more on time. We also just started at a weird time where it was midterm season. So
right.
School is hectic.
Right.
But
You forgot what you were going to say?
Yeah. The train derailed.
Okay, so you were saying we were starting around
Oh, yeah, okay. So Dre doesn't like to get up in the morning.
Right.
At all.
Yeah, I do.
You're lucky if you get him awake in the morning.
Well, I just don't like being woke up.
Okay, yeah.
That's the thing. I'll wake up in the morning, be perfectly fine, but if you wake me up, I'm going to sleep more.
He sleeps more to spite you.
Because, yes.
So, he told me last night.
We're going to wake up.
We're going to wake up.
Before 8, no time later.
No time later. We both woke up sometime at 11. And Dre said he needed an extra hour of sleep. I said, that's fine. I'll write a schedule out. I'm going to wake you up at noon. And then you're going to have an hour to get ready. we didn't even get downstairs into the kitchen together, both of us, until probably almost 2 o'clock.
That's a lie.
And 1:30.
1:30 at most.
1:30. Okay, 1:30. And then we were so behind schedule that we abandoned the schedule.
We didn't need it. I told you to push it farther since we both.
I was
woke
tired
up
of rewriting. Guys, I rewrote the schedule 3 times with this.
It's his fault he didn't listen the first time. Sorry, Editor Cal.
For being mean. But that's not the first time this has happened. Actually, stuff like this happens every time.
Shut up.
He's such an ungrateful employee.
I'm an employee. You work for me.
I'm the manager.
Yeah, but the manager doesn't always work. You work for me.
Okay.
Right?
No, I feel like we work for each other.
So we fire each other. Boo-ha. Boo-hoo.
Boo-wow! Boo-wow!
Boo-ah. Okay, so...
I feel like, since this is like a pilot episode, a beginning episode, kind of, for the podcast, instead of doing like a full hour-length podcast or 45 minutes, we're going to keep it at like a half hour.
We don't have much else to talk about for the first episode.
That's true, and I feel like...
We've gone over everything, right, guys?
Yeah, we did the Q&A. Also, if anybody ever has questions, comment them.
Well, once again, I will be having merch. All you have to do is DM me, DM Editor Callum for sizes and whatever you need. We'll tell you prices on whatever.
Yep.
And...
we can go from there.
Yep.
There is one more thing that I wanted to say.
Which is?
I have, like, heavily considered it for a while, and I've decided that I'm going to start my own YouTube channel.
Mm-hmm.
Slightly, like, disconnected from DailyDre. Still connected to DailyDre, obviously. It's going to be called Editor Callum. I'm going to create it tonight, so by the time this is up, it'll be up and running. And I don't know, I feel like the content on there will be kind of up to you guys and whoever watches, and we'll navigate it from there.
Alright.
I feel like Dre has given me the
I want you guys to go and subscribe to Editor Callum's YouTube. Sorry guys, I'm not really here right now.
Dre's really tired.
Very tired.
And also we're gonna be redoing the cover art.
Yes.
For a bunch of channels and
we will
stuff.
be changing our cover art.
Because the style that our artisan could get us in some trouble.
Yep.
So we want to avoid that.
So, without anything else,
I feel like we're done here.
Alright.
Thank you guys so much for listening and watching if you had us on.
And hopefully tune in to our podcast again. Maybe we'll have more interesting things to talk about.
Leave ideas. We're keeping it pretty open-ended to just comedy and chill. Alright. We will talk to you guys next time. Make sure to tune in and keep up with all of our videos.
Please.
Have the bell on.
Bell on.
Absolutely, please, guys.
Bing it like you gotta.
Like you go like.
Whack.
Oh God. All right.
Yeah,
we'll talk to you
knock
guys
anything
later.
Right.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.